You just got back from the store, you set your grocery bags on the kitchen counter, and before you can even take out the milk, it happens. A pair of ears appears over the edge of the bag. Within seconds, your cat has climbed inside, sniffed every plastic wrapper, and performed a deep tissue investigation of your sourdough bread. You haven't even put the keys away, but the inspection is already well underway. It doesn't matter if it's a new Amazon box, a friend's backpack, or a takeout container. Nothing crosses the threshold of your front door without being thoroughly vetted by the four-legged authorities. In the world of cat owners, we call this the landlord protocol. It's that non-negotiable rule that says your cat owns everything in the house, including the stuff you haven't even unpacked yet. Welcome to the Cat Lab. Today we're opening the file on why your cat is obsessed with being the household customs agent. We're going to talk about the scent mapping that makes new objects feel like a threat, the biological anchors they use to claim their territory, and why your grocery trip is actually a high-stakes security sweep for your tiny fluffy roommate. So, let's get into why your cat is convinced that you work for them, and why every bag in your house is actually their property. To understand why your cat has to stick their face into everything you own, we have to talk about their primary sensor. While we navigate the world mostly through sight, cats navigate through a complex chemical map. A cat's sense of smell is roughly 14 times stronger than ours. They have nearly 200 million odor-sensitive cells in their nose, compared to our measly 5 million. But the real secret weapon is something called the vomeronasal organ. You've probably seen your cat do that weird thing where they sniff something, then leave their mouth hanging open for a few seconds. That's called the Flehmen Response. They aren't just being weird, they are literally tasting the air. This organ allows them to process complex chemical information that their nose alone can't catch. When you bring a bag into the house, you aren't just bringing groceries, you're bringing in a data breach. That bag smells like the grocery store, the trunk of your car, the person who bagged the items, and the exhaust from the street. To a cat, that bag is a loud, chaotic explosion of unknown information. By performing an inspection, they are running a scent diagnostic. They are breaking down all those foreign smells to make sure there isn't a threat hidden in the paper bags. They are essentially updating their territory database to include these new items. But it's not just about gathering data, it's about scent neutralization. Have you noticed that after they sniff something, they often rub their cheeks or their chin against it? They are using their scent glands to deposit their own pheromones. In the lab, we call these biological anchors. By rubbing against your new shoes or your delivery box, they are overriding the foreign smell with their own signature scent. They are effectively saying, I don't know what this is, but it belongs to me now. It turns a scary, unknown object into a familiar part of their secure perimeter. Now, let's talk about the psychological side of this, the landlord protocol. Cats are territorial predators. In the wild, knowing every inch of your territory is the difference between eating and being eaten. Even though your cat lives in a cozy apartment, their brain is still hardwired to perform a property audit every single day. When you bring something new home, you are changing the static map of their world. Imagine if a stranger walked into your living room and just dropped a giant unknown boulder in the middle of the floor without saying a word. You'd probably want to inspect it too. To your cat, a grocery bag is that boulder. This is also why they are obsessed with elevated vantage points. Most landlords prefer to do their inspecting from a position of power. This is why they'll jump onto the counter to look into the bag or climb onto the very top of a new box. They want to perform a visual sweep from the high ground to make sure they have the tactical advantage over the new object. And then there's the box obsession. Why is it that you can buy a $100 cat bed, but they'd rather sit in the cardboard box it came in? In the lab, we view boxes as mobile bunkers. A box provides 360-degree security. It has 4 walls and only 1 opening, which means the cat only has to monitor one direction for threats. When a new box arrives, it's not just trash to them, it's a tactical upgrade to their territory. They have to inspect it immediately to see if it's a viable lookout post. We also have to mention the purr-chasing agent behavior. Have you ever noticed your cat gets specifically excited about plastic bags? The crinkling sound mimics the rustling of small prey in grass, which triggers their hunting software. The inspection isn't just about scent, it's a sensory stimulation session. The textures, the sounds, and the smells are like a high-intensity movie for their brain. So, how do we handle a roommate who insists on being the household customs agent? First, you have to accept that the landlord protocol is non-negotiable. Trying to push your cat away from a new bag usually just makes them more suspicious of it, which leads to more intense security sweeps later. Instead, we recommend the safe passage method. When you bring something new home, set it down and let them have their 30 seconds of sniffing. Once they've applied their biological anchors and realize the bag isn't going to explode, they'll usually lose interest and let you get back to unpacking. If your cat is a bit too hands-on with your groceries, try the Decoy Box. Keep a small clean cardboard box near the kitchen. When you start unpacking, toss a single piece of packing paper or a safe decoy item into the box. This gives them a primary objective to focus on while you handle the actual groceries. We also suggest being mindful of scent stress. If you've been somewhere with other animals, like a friend's house with a dog, your clothes and bags are going to trigger a major security breach. In these cases, your cat might get a bit aggressive with their sniffing or rubbing. They aren't mad at you, they're just frantically trying to overwrite the intruder's scent to make the house feel safe again. And finally, embrace the enrichment. These inspections are actually great for your cat's mental health. It's a low-stakes way for them to use their incredible nose and stay connected to their predatory instincts. As long as the items are safe, let them be the landlord. It builds their confidence and keeps their territory database up to date. When you stop seeing the inspection as an annoyance and start seeing it as a wellness check, it makes the whole process a lot more chill for everyone involved. At the end of the day, your cat isn't just being nosy. They're running a sophisticated security operation to make sure their home and yours stays safe and familiar. To them, every grocery bag is a mystery that needs to be solved. But I'd love to hear from the Cat Lab Collective. What's the weirdest thing your cat has ever insisted on inspecting? Do you have a customs agent who has to sniff every single person who walks through the door? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want to see more forensic reports on feline behavior, consider subscribing to the Cat Lab. We're here to help you understand the why behind the fluff, one investigation at a time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.